Welcome back. This week I am doing a reading for the month of August 2021. This will be a general reading, so it might not resonate for you, which is okay. Take the things that make you think and make you feel that you may want to reflect on for the month and leave everything else behind so we can get into your higher vibes. If you've yet to do so, I would love so much for you to subscribe to the channel. That way you can be here with me every single week. And if you have any questions or comments that surface as you go through this reading today, feel free to leave them down below. I love hearing from you, so never be shy. And let's see what's going on for Virgo, August 2021. Okay, interesting. Overall energy for you this month, Virgo, is the King of Cups. I think we may be setting up for a little bit of disappointment in our love life over the month of August here. I think we have like a new love going on here for you that feels very exciting, feels very right. You're feeling very like emotionally forward and focused for it, and like prepared to just, really indulge it. I think we're seeing you really starting to think into the future as to where this love could go, what this relationship could become, and you might find yourself getting really swept up in that energy over this month. But it's a little bit tumultuous. They say things that like happen really quickly, also burn out really quickly. And I think we may be seeing a little bit of that here. So for the advice, we have Knight of Cups, Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, the Tower, and the Moon to end the month. So it's interesting because I'm getting like a few different types of energies here. I think this person is also kind of like on board with you. They are present for you when it first starts. It's going to be kind of hot and heavy. It's going to be like a real emotional connection. And I think for you, that might be something that you're not used to having happen very fast. So when we meet somebody that we have this immediate emotional tie to, emotional connection to, it can be easy to want to just invest ourselves in them because it's something new. It's something you don't experience. It gives you that, this was meant to be sort of energy that you're living in and reveling in and thinking about a future with, and that's very exciting. However, we see kind of mid-month a pulling away. Okay, like I think it's going to be like, yes, everything is so good. We're going to all these parties together and gatherings. We're meeting each other's people. We're very into one another. Life feels very exciting and vibrant and joyful with this person. I have all these feelings. And then now I'm feeling, this pulling away sort of happening, And with the Tower coming in here, obviously we're going to have a surprise in store to the tune of a secret being revealed. So maybe that this person wasn't quite as ready as they were presenting to be to have a relationship or invest with somebody else. Maybe they had something going with somebody else and we see them starting to actively choose that other person partway through the month, which is why the pulling away. We'll pull some other cards though and see. So maybe we're going to have to be kind of mindful of our heart over this month here, Virgo. Oops. I'm going to start with the King of Cups here. Six of Emotions, Two of Materials, and the Muse of Emotions. So the King of Emotions coming up twice. I do think for you, Virgo, this person is going to be somebody that you used to have a relationship with or used to have that sort of connection and flirtation with, but the timing wasn't right. And suddenly it's feeling like now the timing is right. Things can work out for us. We can strike that balance we weren't able to the last time because we were both very emotionally present the first time that we went through this, but things just couldn't come together. Maybe we weren't, mature enough for the relationship. Maybe one of us was just coming out of another relationship, just didn't feel quite right. So I think initially it was called off pretty early, despite the fact that you were both very emotionally invested in it. And so now we're seeing this person come back into our lives and it feels like, oh, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign this was supposed to work out and the timing just wasn't right. But let's take a look at the Knight of Cups down here. Let's get a look at their energy. Three of Inspiration, the Devil, and the Queen of Materials. Yeah, I think this person is very good at kind of suckering you into plans. So there's somebody who naturally wants to like talk about a future together, just talk about the future in general, make lots of plans. Oh, you know, in the fall, we should go do this. Over the winter, we should go do that. And that kind of creates in your mind, oh, this longevity timeline. This person wants to create all of these plans with me. However, I think this person has a little bit of a toxic trait in among themselves around setting false expectations, okay? Like creating all of these timelines, and it's like, yeah, it'd be so nice if, you know, next summer we could plan to do that, or next fall we could plan to do that. That would be so neat. The next time we're here, the next time, the next time, the next time. And that is something that is just pure kind of filler words for them. They don't always necessarily mean that there will be a next time. It's just that want to create a prolonged timeline with whoever has their interest. And I think that they can see that you are very invested in what's going on, that emotional tie is there, and that you are somebody who is very sort of like stable and steady. So they know that they can trust that you will be there, that you'll show up when you say you will, that you will invest in the ways that you say you will, that you are a person of your word, and that you, as you know, earth sign, are willing to put that work in. There's not like a shying away from putting the work in here. It's a want to be able to give for the both of you. And because, you know, Virgo, you tend to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more to yourself. When we find somebody who we can open up to emotionally, that feels very, very vulnerable. And this person, I think, is somebody who is aware of that, okay? They know how to kind of manipulate the emotions just enough to get what they want. So we can plan just enough for the future without me needing to actually execute on it. So there's something that's going to be a bit of a red flag here in how they talk about the future. Now, obviously, we'll pull some cards on the Tower. Eight of Emotions coming up again, Page of Voices, and the Priestess. Yeah, it's like this person is going to kind of like bounce without even saying so. Like they'll shoot you a message after they're long gone. You're like, oh yeah, hey, sorry, I just like realized that this wasn't for me or this wasn't going to work out. I don't see you getting a lot of closure or conversation from this person. But also we have the Priestess coming out here, and then the Moon energy to follow, which is like big Pisces energy. Oh, what just fell out? Oh, two, okay. Strength and the Emperor coming out as well. Yeah, I think this person gets fearful when things get too real, okay? They're willing to like invest and play into the fantasy of like, all right, we're planning for a future together. What could this feel like for me? But then when it gets a bit too real for them, they recoil in a big way. Because I think there's something that like they make decisions very rashly, you know, when they're present, they're really present, and then when they're not, they're really not, because it's whatever whim they're sort of feeling. They have a hard time with being able to buckle down and be stable. And I think you are going to sort of start to pick up on that, but maybe not willing to admit it to yourself initially. So you may catch some red flags coming up here and there as we lead into this sort of very swift and sudden departure of this person over the course of the month. But like when it happens, you're going to feel like, yeah, I sort of knew this was going to happen. I was hoping I was wrong, but I sort of knew this was going to happen. Yeah, I think there is going to be some information that gets revealed around this kind of post-mortem after the fact. That just has to do with them being a little bit selfish here, whether that means that they have somebody else on the side going on, or whether it's just like purely, you know, I'm not willing to like be available to you for whatever reasons. I think there's going to be a lot of excuses, and that you may not get really much of a quality explanation from this person. Now, all of this maybe feels a little bit negative over the month of August, because especially if this is like just starting to bloom for you, there's going to be that excitement and that joie de vivre and that want for the romance. And for you, Virgo, I want to say, you know, if you find somebody that you feel you can be emotionally open with and vulnerable with, that may bring you more than it takes away from you. But really be mindful over the month of the red flags, okay? Like pace yourself with the relationship in whatever way feels good on both sides and feels reciprocated. Try to match their energy. If you're having fun and you're enjoying, you know, like a fun summer fling with somebody, then like allow that to be the case, okay? Like allow it to be a fling. Try not to let yourself get too attached early on, because I think this is all going to happen very quickly. So just check yourself when you're feeling like you're getting caught up, and like see the flags for what they are as they show up. This could be, you know, like a fun romance for you for the month, for the end of the summer. If we have that idea that, you know, it's not going to probably go on much longer than this, then it can be easier for us to just enjoy it as it's happening, and understanding that this person may just end up, you know, pulling away from me or being selfish. But my time one-on-one with them always feels really good. And I think focusing on that sort of present energy is going to be important for you to enjoy it. That being said, if you are somebody who is looking for a long-term or devoted partner, if somebody from your past is coming back into your life, know that this may not be the one. This may not work out for you here. So maybe make that choice to not invest yourself too much too soon, or not invest yourself at all. And that way you can keep your heart open, keep your energy open for the right person to come in, because you know, when how we react to things, that's what we have our control over, right? So you can choose to chase, you can choose to say, nope, sorry, this isn't going to work for me. We tried this once and I'm fearful that we're going to repeat it again. Maybe we could just have some fun together or hang out as friends, whatever that looks like for you. Don't be scared to set your own boundaries this month in love, Virgo. And if you are looking for something long term, then keep your eye out for red flags. I hope this helped. If it did, leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.